Hi, I know I'm weeks late, but hello, I have a job. I do not have time. I do not have time to immediately get to everything. Since I have no time for the style of videos that I was doing, I was thinking of what if I'm more relaxed? What if I do bare bones editing? What if I just cut the videos? Maybe add some sound effects here and there, but not just, you know what bare bones means. Would you be interested in that? Please comment down below. Literally interact with this post. I will be reading off of this Rick Grimes notepad that I made in high school. Thank you very much. So you read the title. You know what we're about to be talking about. I have had thoughts about this ever since it first dropped, and I only just now can really sit down and share my thoughts. It's been driving me crazy because she is 100% right. Nothing she said is even remotely wrong. It's just that you don't like how she said it or the fact that she said it at all. Obviously, if you're not offended, if you're normal and you respect people's boundaries, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the weirdo fans who think they're entitled to celebrities' lives and time. I knew I was going to make a video on this when I was watching someone else's video. I went to the comments. Was it Adam McIntyre? I think it was Adam McIntyre. And one of the comments was I don't know why people are so offended. It's not like she's cussing us out. And then someone replied, she literally just called us random bitches. And it's oh my God. You are literally misunderstanding on purpose. Why are we pretending that we don't know she was just speaking casually? She was just using bitch as slang. She was not literally insulting you, calling you a bitch, and you know that. You're literally grasping at straws, trying to find a reason to be upset about the things that she said. And it's very blatant, and it's pathetic, and yourself. Whoa. I'm bringing the thunder, but it's because I feel so strongly about this, because hello, I make videos. I put myself on the internet. This is a genuine fear of mine. Something that I have thought of. I imagine myself, really making it, which, the way it's going, never gonna happen. I don't have the time to make my dreams come true. And I always wonder, on the extremely off chance that it happens, what am I going to do? I don't know what I would do if I had a stalker. I actually don't. And the idea of people that I don't know, coming up to me and, touching me and, demanding pictures, shoving their phones in my face, trauma dumping, that is something that happens with artists a lot. I'm not saying I'm an artist. I just make stupid jokes on the internet. But I mean, singers. Singers get trauma dumped on like nobody's business. And it's we're gonna rewatch the TikToks for a second. It's only 2 minutes, and then I'll be back.
I need you to answer questions. Just answer my questions for a second. If you saw a random woman on the street, would you yell at her from the car window? Would you harass her in public? Would you go up to a random lady and say, "Can I get a photo with you?" And she's like, "No, what the f-?" And then you get mad at this random lady? Would you be offended if she says no to your time because she has her own time? Would you stalk her family? Would you follow her around? Would you try to dissect her life and bully her online? This is a lady you don't know. And she doesn't know you at all. Would you assume that she's a good person? Assume she's a bad person? Would you assume everything you read about her online is true? I'm a random bitch. You're a random bitch. Just think about that for a second, okay? I don't care that abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't care that it's normal. I don't care that this crazy type of behavior comes along with the job, the career field I've chosen. That does not make it okay. That doesn't make it normal. It doesn't mean I want it. It doesn't mean that I like it. I don't want whatever the you think you're supposed to be entitled to whenever you see a celebrity. I don't give a if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. That's weird. I'm allowed to say no to creepy behavior. Okay?
So, as I said, she's literally right. And like, it's one of the sad things about this is it didn't accidentally fall into her lap. You know, like so many others, she worked really hard for a long time to get where she is. And her dream is coming true. And it's like, this is the prize. Having people find out where her family lives, having people touch her without her consent, being harassed online. And now you have entitled freaks who attach themselves to strangers for whatever reason. Like, literally, stan culture is a disease. I think if you are a stan, you need therapy. And I hate even the small things that are normalized. I hate when people are like, oh my god, I love her. What do you mean you don't know her? You're weird. If you engage in parasocial relationships in this way, you are weird. I want to say, if you engage at all, you're weird. You should be able to pursue a career that may or may not lead to a platform without the consequence of being stalked and harassed. Like, that should not be the price that you have to pay. I wrote, only entitled bitches would take offense to this. I took no offense to it. You know why? Because I don't feel entitled to celebrities just because I happen to like their work. I don't know them. They don't know me. I would be freaked out if it goes the opposite way. If a celebrity randomly came up to me and was like, oh my god, I love you so much. Your dog is so cute. I would be like, what the f***? What the f***? We don't know each other. How do you know about my dog? I was watching D'Angelo Wallace's video from 2 weeks ago on this before I sat down to make mine. And I just took like a really quick scroll through the comments. And someone commented that, I think John Green said on Twitter, people say she's not built for fame, but literally no one is now. The culture does not allow you to be known and safe at the same time. And that is not even remotely celebrities' fault. For once. That's you guys. You don't know how to be normal. Like, it cannot be emphasized enough. These people are complete strangers. You connect with their work. You do not connect with them. And this should not be confusing or even remotely hard to grasp. Like, you should just be normal. It's that simple. It's just that it's been so normalized. People have it in their heads that if you get famous, well, this is, this is the package. It's just what happens, which is bull. And then I think of, like, fans of Nicki Minaj were going and defacing Megan Thee Stallion's mother's grave when their beef was happening. And it's like, how did we get to this point? How do you not realize that you are a danger, first and foremost, but also so severely abnormal? How do you not realize that your behavior is crazy and genuinely unhinged? Not in the funny internet meme haha way. Genuinely unhinged. Like, you should be locked up somewhere before you hurt someone or yourself. Unhinged. Stan culture has gone so far. And like, I saw a TikTok of some guy crying because, I don't know what it was, people won't leave Billie Eilish alone for something, accusing her of queer baiting, like literally sobbing and screaming at the camera. And it's like, oh my god, you people need help. And you have celebrities, well, I hope more celebrities speak up, but you have a celebrity now telling you straight up that your behavior is not normal. And what are you gonna do? Just get defensive and push it away instead of self-reflecting, instead of improving, instead of being a better person, instead of detaching from this toxic culture. Take the celebrity out of it for a second. Think you just follow someone on social media or whatever. Someone bakes cakes or something on social media and you like really like it. Or someone posts art, like really lovely paintings on social media, and you love it. But this person isn't famous. They're just a person. Famous people are just people too, but imagine how the things that Chappell Roan has talked about would go. Then you would realize that it's insane. And if you don't realize it's insane, what do they call that? Cognitive dissonance? You're choosing not to see it. Please don't take pictures of me in public without my permission. Or walk up to me and touch me. Or trauma dump your entire life onto me. I don't know you. You don't know me. It's very weird and it's a lot to handle. Oh. So you hate your admirers? That's not what I said. I'm very, very appreciative. It's just that bullshit. If you were appreciative, you'd give me the time and attention I'm owed for getting you where you are now. You ungrateful bitch. To think I was gonna tell you that I love you when you saved my life. I hope you lose everything. How do you not realize how insane you sound? That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like. How do you not see that? What's not clicking? The cogs are not turning the way that they're supposed to. How do you not see how freaky that is? If it happened to you, oh my god, you would explode. And also, as I was going to make this video, I went to her Instagram because I thought that's where the two videos originally came from. And I saw her follow-up. We're going to read it together real quick. For the past 10 years, I've been going nonstop to build my project, and it's come to the point that I need to draw lines and set boundaries. I want to be an artist for a very, very long time. I've been in too many non-consensual physical and social interactions, and I just need to lay it out and remind you, women don't owe you. I chose this career path because I love music and art and honoring my inner child. I do not accept harassment of any kind because I chose this path, nor do I deserve it. And that sort of ties back into what I was saying before. Like, I think of myself, like, what if I woke up tomorrow and I was in her exact shoes? Because I like to make people laugh, because one of my passions is to provide a sense of community for people who feel lacking, which I know is breeding ground for parasocial relationships, but that means I deserve the terrible treatment, the being touched, which is assault, and then being berated for wanting us to set a boundary and saying, hey, please don't do that, I'm a normal person. That's bonkers. It's downright bananas. When I'm on stage, when I'm performing, when I'm in drag, when I'm at a work event, when I'm doing press, I am at work. It's akin to like, okay, everyone understands that like wannabe TikTokers going into fast food restaurants and making their stupid TikToks and badgering the employees and making their already difficult job that much more difficult. Everyone understands that that makes you an asshole. But when it comes to celebrities, for some reason, the tone changes. Any other circumstance, I am not in work mode. I am clocked out. I don't agree with the notion that I owe a mutual exchange of energy, time, or attention to people I do not know, do not trust, or who creep me out just because they're expressing admiration. Women do not owe you a reason why they don't want to be touched or talked to. This has nothing to do with the gratitude and love I feel for my community, for the people who respect my boundaries, and for the love I feel from every person who lifts me up and is stuck with me to help the project get to where it is now. I'm specifically talking about predatory behavior disguised as super fan behavior that has become normalized because of the way women who are well known have been treated in the past. Please do not assume you know a lot about someone's life, personality, and boundaries because you are familiar with them or their work online. If you're still asking, well, if you didn't want this to happen, then why did you choose a career where you knew you wouldn't be comfortable with the outcome of success? Understand this. I embrace the success of the project, the love I feel, and the gratitude I have. What I do not accept are creepy people being touched and being followed, which is exactly, I've talked about that so many times. I want the same things she wants. The respect, the gratitude, the success, the recognition for what I am putting effort into right now and seeing my goals achieved. That does not mean you have a right to be creepy toward me. The situation is similar to the idea that if a woman wears a short skirt and gets harassed or catcalled, she shouldn't have worn the short skirt in the first place. It is not the woman's duty to suck it up and take it. It is the harasser's duty to be a decent person, leave her alone, and respect that she can wear whatever she wants and still deserve peace in this world. I want to love my life, be outside, giggle with my friends, go to the movie theater, feel safe, and do all the things every single person deserves to do. Please stop touching me. Please stop being weird to my family and friends. Please stop assuming things about me. There's always more to the story. I am scared and tired, and please don't call me Kaylee, which I hate. I've hated this for a while. When someone has a stage name and fans call them by their name, that's too personal. And I have never seen but one instance where the celebrity says, yeah, you guys can call me by my real name. And it's genuinely, you guys feel such an ownership over these human beings, and it is so, I cannot put into words how strange it is. Emphasis on stranger danger. Back up, bitch. I feel more love than I ever have in my life. I feel the most unsafe I have ever felt in my life. Those two sentences alone is so sad, Because I already said it, why should the price of reaching a place where people adore you and they appreciate your work, they respect it, and they click with it, why should the price be having your boundaries disrespected and having people trying to invade your life, insert themselves into your life because they are stalkers? That's literally stalker mentality. I feel like I know you. I'm gonna make up this whole relationship that we have in our head. And then if you shatter that fantasy, well, that's just not gonna be good. If you exhibit these behaviors, I'm sorry to tell you, you might be a little Joe Goldberg. The only thing that critique that I had with what she said was, it's not just women. And I know how that sounds. So if you're illiterate, bear with me. I'm gonna give a disclaimer because disclaimers are kind of crucial to the internet now because illiteracy has skyrocketed. That's not to take away women's issues. Of course, it's a known thing that women just get harassed. If you exist as a woman, you're gonna get harassed, and then you're gonna have people tell you that you're overreacting, you're being bitchy, you're being a coward, you're being a wimp. If you dare have a problem with it, we know. But when it comes to celebrities or anyone who's famous, anyone with a platform, it really does affect everybody. The response at the core is the same thing. You're famous, so you give up your humanity. I have the right to dehumanize you, so suck it up and take it. On the surface, I would say it's still symptoms of the patriarchy, if you ask me. If you're a man, they'll tell you, oh, you should like it. You should like that you have so many adoring fans who want to you or whatever, which is gross and an insane thing to say. And when it's women, it's, oh, she's so ungrateful. Oh, she doesn't deserve the things that she has. Who does she think she is? I understand her. It's exhausting. And it's ridiculous. And I cannot stand when people say it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's what happens when you get famous. It could literally change. You could decide to respect boundaries and hold creepy fans accountable. Stop pretending it's a set in stone aspect of society when actually you just don't care and don't want to put forth the effort. It is not just the way it is. We could wake up to a better world next year, but we all have to work for it, and this stuff needs to be called out. People need to be put in their place. People need to be held accountable if things are ever going to change, and that's true for literally anything. It's just that you'll always have people who lack self-awareness, or just don't, or they know that they suck and they just don't want to change. They the power trip that they get from it, or whatever their reason is, they don't want to change. I am glad that the response to Doja Cat versus the response to this seems to be more accepting. But we should also note two things. Both of these women are still being tone policed. Doja Cat had every right to say it as aggressively as she wanted. Y'all are weird. She could call you every name in the book and it would have been justified. And even though Chappell Roan was completely reasonable, completely calm, she's still getting tone policed. At some point, you just have to accept that you are entitled. It's not the way she said it that you have a problem with. Furthermore, we don't have to be nice. We don't have to sugarcoat things. We don't have to deliver them on a pretty little platter when people are creepy to us. You're the problem. Second of all, I do think it's important to note that there could be an underlying race issue in the difference between responses. It's just, this is something that has gotten me heated for the last few years. I'm so sick of celebrity worship and the way people act when they like a celebrity. Literally get a grip. I had a headphone in and I completely forgot to play music this entire time. Okay. Yap sesh over. Please let me know what you thought. I know that I brought the fire for this one, but I feel very passionately about it. Don't tone police me. It just means I'm excited and I had a lot of feeling and a lot of thoughts.